morning. Welcome to Banter with Richie B live.
Near these huts.
Yep.
There is something going on here.
Behind us after. The trees were fucking moving everywhere. Yeah, bro. Goosebumps.
Maddox, you were with me. We looked this way. It was not like this.
Welcome to Banter with Richie B. Yo, what's up, everybody? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's back. Yeah, we've seen it for a while. Oh, I'm live. Look at that. Say hi, Wojo.
Hi, Wojo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Saturday night with the Banter and his friends. Who's here tonight? It looks awfully quiet out here tonight. What is going on, folks? Oh, I see some people. A couple of people. Jeez, did anybody get the word out about our show tonight, or is everybody out doing something? What's happening? Tonight is an in-house show, as you know. We're going to go over some evidence from the previous investigations. We're going to discuss some of the things that we found and the significance of them. And some of them that, you know, might be questioned. We're going to have a discussion and work on, you know, maybe adding some things to them as far as discussion goes, right? First, I want to thank everybody here. Let me see. I want to welcome everybody here. Let me get Wojo in. And we'll say, what's up to Mr. Wojo? What's up, Mr. Wojo?
Hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the home of the boom.
The bizum and the shizum is what's
in
up.
the schism.
That's right, baby. That's right, baby. So let's get this show rolling. I know I jumped right on it way too early, like Ron likes me to. Sometimes I like to wait to let the, you know, the audience build up. But, you know, I went with what Ron said, and here we are. Anyways, Ronald. Anyways, listen. Check us out on Dark Realm TV over on the Roku television. Get that app there. It's $4.99 a month or $48 for the whole year. You don't just get to see our beautiful faces. There's tons and tons and tons of paranormal, cryptid, all kinds of things on there. I even think they're streaming some gaming and stuff on it too. So make sure you're checking all that stuff out. Dark Realm TV got all kinds of crazy stuff going on it. So make sure you get over there and check that out tonight. Now, go. I mean, no, wait, after 8. Sorry.
Where fear lives.
Where fear lives. We would like to wish a heartfelt happy birthday to our executive producer, Miss Bobby Lee Hubbard. Well, we should just, it's not polite to talk about a lady's age, but she, you know, she turned 40, so I guess we should, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We don't say it.
Yeah,
She just hit 40, everybody.
It's a significant number is what I'm saying to you guys. You know what I mean? It's a significant number. So happy birthday to Bobby Lee. We love you and appreciate you and thank you. And again, I apologize for Sam and Wojo forgetting your birthday. All right. Shut up. Shut up, sir. Yeah. Oh, hang on. These numbers on this. Oh my God. I hate it when it does that. All right, here we go. Let me go up here. Oh, how do we do that? Oh, there we go. It clicked it. Oh, quiet in here tonight. Let's go. What is up with that? Is that my comment doing that? Oh, wow. Look at that. That's different. I must have hit something. And Ronald was the first one in here. Yep. Welcome, Ronald. Welcome. Yep. Hello, Mary. Hello, Sam. Sam is our producer. Sam, if you could, you have an appearance coming up, I believe. Could you discuss that or elaborate on that any further? Date, time, stuff like that. We'd like to all be there for your appearance. I might sit in the background quietly. And our social media guru, Miss Heidi Goal, is here. Hello.
Hey, Heidi.
Out there driving the world nuts with Banter and Richie B posts. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. We love and appreciate you. And the legend herself, Miss D Hoot, is in his hay.
Howdy doody. Hi, D Hoot. How are you?
Howdy doody? Is that what you just fucking said?
Howdy doody to D Hoot.
Howdy doody to Miss Hootie.
Miss Hootie, hey.
Yeah, there you go. What's happening? What's up, Joker? How you doing tonight? I think you're over on our friend's channel. We are linked to Sam's Pretty Paranormal.
Hey, Joker.
We do that when we're doing an in-house show. Big Andy's in the house. What's up, Big Andy?
Yo, Big Andy.
Big Andy's in the house. What's this? Wait, did I miss something up here? Oh my God, Richard. So I got some evidence we're going to present, and the topic tonight is the Bridgewater Triangle. So, Ron says, I'm going to have pizza while you talk. Entertain me. Face blue smiling. Are you up? Them grays must be creeping in. I remember 40 eyes, purple. Okay. Was that in the Bridgewater Triangle, Ron? Because if not, I don't know what you just said, sir. Bobby Lee says, thank you, everyone. Speaking of grays, she's letting the gray grow.
Yeah.
Apparently it is in. They can hang out at your place. I'm not worried about that. They just like and subscribe to our channel. That'd be great. And we can all be friends together. All right. So I see 11 beautiful faces in here. That's good. That's good. I'll take it. I don't care how many. We like to just have a good show and have a good time. I think I'm currently might be starting to get a little ill. I feel like that lump in my throat I was talking to these guys about. All right. But anyways, check it out. So June 21st and 22nd, we will be at the Charmin Fair Farm in New Hampshire. All right. For the Charmin Fair Farm Bigfoot Festival. And we were there last year. It was an absolute, just a cast of legends we got to hang out with. It was an amazing event. Again, if you can't be there, be ready to tune in and say hello on the podcast, as we will be broadcasting live from the Charmin Fair Farm. I'm looking to do some overnight research there as well. So we could have some, let's say, YouTube live, and could go late into the night. So a couple of battery packs, and we're going to see if we can blow YouTube up. All right. You guys in on that? Let's do it. So we'll be doing that. Also on June 7th, as you know, we are the sponsor, the biggest, greatest sponsor ever for the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival, located in Russell, Massachusetts, June 7th, 2025, put on by our friends, the Vogel Brothers. Yeah, right. The other thing, and we're going to be going on that page and getting some updates, right? Let's see. So the other thing I was doing was, based on his location and mood, tonight, I reached out to Mr. Mike Swanee. He is our Appalachian Trail guy. He's out there right now. He's staying 4 nights right now in the woods, so I don't even know if he's got reception, but I sent him a text. We're going to see where he's at. Continued support to Mr. Swanee, and we'll find out where he's at. Maybe he'll be in the dark, and we can look around a little bit and see if we can hear anything while he's on the phone with us, or on the on the link. That's what I'm trying to get out of my stupid face. Stupid face. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, Swanee's a great dude, guy. Cool person. Yep. You know, just say hello to him. You know, just his name's Michael Swanson. Look him up on Facebook. Send him a message. Give him that encouragement. This is his 3rd try, and I like to see him succeed. He's a really, really good guy, and I wish him luck.
Dihu, to answer your question, I'm going to look that up right now. I looked at it the other day. It was kind of It was really hard to get the toes because they were so buried. But the measurements were right there. So if you're not part of our live events, by the way, you're definitely missing out on some really big stuff. Hello, Joker. Welcome to the other side, my friend. You're missing out on some really big stuff that happens out there in the woods with us, you know. And the other thing is, I asked Bobby Lee if she could upload something for me. So there's a couple things. Hello, Gene Tewksbury.
Hey, Gene.
Gene Tewksbury's in the house, everybody. So I asked her to upload some stuff, right? And let me see if I can get a good. Yeah, it's really hard to determine a lot of it, but underneath you can see. Yeah, see, you can see the depth of the front of those where we had our hands with the toes, kind of. That's pretty significant, I gotta say, but not much in the way. I'm trying to get the details out of it. It was a really tough scan because where the toes were located.
Yeah.
But I'll post something up. I'll tell you what, D-Hood, for you, I will. I got to set the motion and stuff like that, slow it down so it spins all around so you can see it. It's definitely a funky print. It's just hard with the compost, the ice, and the toes that sunk in to kind of grab the details and show you. So the other thing is too is if you guys have a YouTube channel, anything like that you would like to broadcast as far as talking about and all stuff like that, put your link up in the chat. I'll gladly share it with the world. Here, Doc Realm TV, Roku TV, Fire Stick, all of it. You know what I mean? We'll send it out everywhere. Spotify, Apple, wherever. They'll all see it. All right. And here's our friend, Mr. Kelly Porter, which we need to get together and have a conversation because he's got to get back on. I'm gonna say hopefully within the next 2 weeks, Kelly. I'm hoping either next week or the week after. You let me know which one works best for you, and we'll go for it. All right. Because I know we got a lot of that. He actually had something on his equipment that was broken that you couldn't really see. So they worked it out. They found it. He replaced it, and boom, here we are. Because he had his volume all the way up, and it wasn't coming through. So it was a mechanical issue with actually a piece of the, I believe it was a soundboard or something like that. So, yes, you know what, D-Hood, it did look like toes, and I believe it was toes, and the measurements all added up, 14 by 7. They all added up. They were all there. So yeah, kind of a significant find, I think. It's just like I said, the way it was set up with the, if you pull that piece of ice out of there, do you risk ripping everything out and you don't get a cast? Hopefully we go back and it's not too changed or altered. You know what I mean? So that's pretty significant in a sense too. So, but to try to get the ice out of there, you would have pulled the middle out, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, so you had to let it melt. So it's probably melted now. When we go back, we'll check it out. And if it's cleaned up enough and not too altered to where we look like we're frauds, then absolutely I will throw some dental bone on that bad boy.
Absolutely.
Yo, I will throw that dental bone down. You want some of this? How was that? Pretty good? No? Okay, sorry about that. So, who wants to talk about the Bridgewater Triangle tonight? Because I don't see a bunch of facts rolling in over there.
I know. I haven't seen anybody put up anything. Nothing.
There's like, the numbers look low. They're all like lethargical. We got Ron over here eating pizza. The topic things seem to be really busy. Get to the Bridgewater Triangle and look at nothing. What do we do? Are they grounded? I think we should ground them. So I'm going to go into some Bigfoot evidence. You guys brush up on your Bridgewater Triangle. Your Bridgewater Triangle evidence. Ron wants to tell us about his weather. And now while eating a pizza, but he doesn't want to put up any facts about the Bridgewater Triangle. So you guys all know if you live up in the north, Ron's not your friend, clearly. 73 here right now, and you're talking about ice. So there you go. So all us northern folks that are suffering through a long, arduous winter, Ron's down in, Jacksonville. But don't worry, when the hurricanes come, he'll be crying and running for shelter. But, that's fine. Enjoy your pizza, bro. Let's see. I definitely have it covered, Sam. I'll be around to check out Richie B and see where it goes. Yeah, see where it goes. Yeah, Joker. You got to hit that live. Those live events are just insane. So check it out. So we have some things we want to discuss about the live event, okay? The live event that came up the other day, there was a lot of things that were going on. The sounds that we heard, the whooping that we heard. We've gone back and forth with some people as far as, what it could be, right? And again, whenever you're doing an investigation, context matters, right? Context matters. So if you just post something and you go, oh, that sounds like A, but you don't know the rest of the story, it just sounds like A to you, right? Oh, well, here's Heidi kicking it off. She's swinging for the fences over here. Yes, so to start it off, and I'll do a share screen on the Bridgewater Triangle with a little bit of Wikipedia or whatever and get to know it a little bit. Unnatural animal sightings ranging from unusual reports of animals that are not found within the area, such as panthers and bears, to more supernatural claims of giant snakes and enormous vicious dogs. So the Bridgewater Triangle is where I live and Wojo lives. It's pretty much world-renowned. It's an area of haunts and legends and oh man, cult activity. The King Philip's War took place mostly in this area. The Hobbamock Swamp is a really big part of the actual Bridgewater Triangle, and said to be where King Philip's and all them went and kind of took cover when they were losing in a sense, and where they pretty much met their demise. So so they believe that a lot of that Hobbamock Swamp is haunted and cursed by King Philip himself. So yeah, so Ron mentions the very well known, really great work, Ron, that Lorne Coleman coined the term Bridgewater Triangle. And yeah, but you have ways of looking it up. That's the whole idea of doing a topic, right, guys? Elder Medicine. Hello, Elder Medicine. Welcome, Tansy. Good to have you here. You could just look stuff up on the Bridgewater Triangle and share it with us. Like I said, I'll share the screen. We'll get a little more detail on the Bridgewater Triangle. So that's where we live now. And when I had my experiences with Sasquatch and with Sasquatch in my backyard is the Bridgewater Triangle. Where we investigate is the Bridgewater Triangle. So when the topic landed on Bridgewater Triangle, we have a lot of Bigfoot stuff that comes from the Bridgewater Triangle. So we're going to show some of that Bigfoot evidence. We're going to share some of the stuff from the last live event. Yeah, there's spots out there, Kelly, that you could stay. It's a different animal. I'll tell you that, my friend. Titchy, you live there. You tell us. Well, but I'm not the one. I don't need to have a topic show. I live it every day. I do the topic shows for you, Miss D Hoot, specifically for you. You call me Titchy at least once a week. Every time I see Titchy, I think that Elder Bear Claw is trying to talk to me, and then I realize this D Hoot with her funny thumbs.
Titchy.
So yeah, a lot of haunts and legends come from there, and the ghost story. Yep, the redheaded hitchhiker. Some say redheaded hitchhiker haunts Route 44. It's not that some say, he does, and there's significant evidence behind his story. And there's many witnesses, and not just witnesses. They have stories of him getting in the car and sitting there, not saying anything, and then he's not there no more. So that one there is pretty repeated over and over again in different little ways, right? Hello, Miss Michelle. Thank you for stopping by. Grateful to have you here with us. Appreciate you.
Michelle.
Thank you for stopping by. And I see when we were younger, we used to hear about the Hobbamock Swamp with the giant snakes and the panthers, and we would drive right by the swamp all the time and be like, "What the heck's going on out there?" Obviously, having my occurrences and my events with what I believe to be a Sasquatch family has turned that up a notch for me. Being in my backyard, hearing walking around out there, you have to understand my land bottlenecks. Back in the day, there was like one way in, and you had to know which way that was, right? And usually it was through other people's yards. You couldn't just walk around out there, and then it was blocked off by a river. So when I was hearing walking in the daytime, I would scratch my head and kind of chalked it up for natural occurrences, people, or whatever it might be. I never heard voices. That was strange. And then one time, 10 o'clock at night or so, I was coming out of I think it was my camp because I was gaming, and I heard walking again. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, and I remember going in the house, putting my feet up and chilling on the couch, watching some TV, and all I kept doing was wandering back to what could be out there. And then the event started ramping up to where I could hear them running through the woods and trees breaking and all kinds of snapping of branches, and things would be thrown and land in my yard, and I'd be like looking around for what the hell was that, and it just kept building up into my story. And a lot of people know it. I won't continuously bore you with it, but yeah, that's the things that kind of catapulted us to where we are today. And again, that's the Bridgewater Triangle. So my story is the Bridgewater Triangle and living in it and what I've had to deal with. Have I ever seen Black Panthers, giant snakes? No. I have seen lights, disappearing orbs, as they call them, or the moving lights. I have seen those. I've heard the native drums twice. I wouldn't say numerous times, a couple times. So I heard the drums. We have EVP recordings from different locations in the Bridgewater, in the Hobmock Swamp, and on my property with Phil with 2 L's. No, so all right. So listen. So let's get into this. That Ron wants to bring that part of the story up. All right. So the Lorne Coleman thing. I'm not going to continuously say his name. It's a monetization, ploy. The sections of the Bridgewater Triangle are a monetization ploy. That's all they are. Bridgewater Triangle, Bermuda Triangle, Alaska Triangle. It's all about the money, and especially with a lot of that area there. So I don't get into a lot of that stuff when it comes to the sectioning off of the triangle and the coining of the phrase. Much respect to the man in that sense, but a lot of it was ultimately came down to that. And the one thing I do like about Lorne, in a sense, that he's not a believer. So I forget how he phrased it, but you'd have to go see Penford Media's interview with him where he corrects the interviewer and says, "Oh, no, I'm not a believer." So as far as Bigfoot goes, I don't know what he feels about the rest, but he's very open-minded. He's a good researcher. He brought a lot of things to the forefront. We owe him a lot when it comes to that stuff. But it's, to me, the Bridgewater Triangle goes from southeastern Rhode Island over to the Plymouth State Forest and back up to, say, Abington, Mass. So it's not this pointed little thing to me and to everybody who's, how do I want to say that? The purists, they're like purists, We believe the Bridgewater Triangles, and everybody I spoke to that are researchers in the area, we all agree it's southeastern Rhode Island, Plymouth State Forest, and up to Abington. It's much bigger than what the coined phrase is, right? What's this thing? I apologize. I can't stay. Are you okay? I'm doing a ceremony of someone. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Tansy, thank you for stopping by. Many blessings. Thank you. And
take care.
And prayers. Let's see. Dawn C. What's up, Dawn C? Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut.
That's okay. Hey, Dawn. How you doing, buddy?
And Denny O'Donnell asks, would you camp in a tent near your gifting chair alone? Alone is a no-no as far as our research goes. We don't agree on that, right? Right there, Wojo?
Absolutely. A lot of dangers in something like this, Denny. And, you don't take big risks like that. I mean, we're finding things that are manipulating trees and things like that with unbelievable power. And look, I wouldn't go alone. Yeah, that's for sure.
Hang on, I got to take a sip out of my very small bottle of water.
Sure. I also believe too of the Bridgewater Triangle. I think well over the years that it has expanded
through research, and to be fair, through research, right?
Right.
And Jean Tewksbury worked up at Lorne's museum in Maine, and she said something. I got to find it again. Let's see. Lorne coined a lot of names in the cryptozoology. He did, yep. He was part of the Bridgewater Triangle documentary. Yep. I heard a lot of strange stories from patrons when I worked there. I bet you did, and you know what, to make the point, Gene worked up at the museum and that Lorne owns up in Maine. And imagine the stories coming in individually from each person. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you a story from that area. It's not necessarily going to be in this little teeny triangle, right? It's going to be on the outskirts of the triangle. Oh, I live near the triangle, but this is what happened. Or, it's not exactly in the triangle, but this is what happened. So, or say you're going right through Bridgewater, but you don't include all of Bridgewater. To me, it doesn't make any sense in that way. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it was a visual, you know what I mean? And that's okay. I get it. And I'm still grateful that they put us on the map. But I think a lot of the purist researchers of this area believe that the triangle, and like Wojo just brings up a great point. You know, as from the time that he coined it to now, there's been tons and tons of research, tons and tons of evidence throughout this whole area. So therefore, by having your boots on the ground, by doing your research, that triangle has expanded. You can't help it, right? You can't, it has to. You know, I step over the line on the triangle and go, nope, nothing over here. Nope, no EVPs on this side of the line. That's not how that works, you know. And the Hobbamock in particular, you're talking what, 1,300 acres of swamp, the largest swamp in the Northeast, the largest swamp in the Northeast.
Freshwater swamp.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was ocean.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, believe it or not,
ocean water swamps.
Fresh. Yeah, there's Okie.
There's no, to me,
the Okefenokee down in Florida. That's salt.
I mean, well, brackish. So it'd be brackish mixed with fresh. So, anyways, the way they say things sometimes is silly.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just silly. So, the largest freshwater swamp in the Northeast is the Hobbamock Swamp. It's bigger than the Triangle. So, what are we doing here? Only that section is haunted? Only that section could possibly have a panther or a snake or a Bigfoot? No. So, one of my goals coming up before I can no longer do research in my life at some point when I'm old and broken and can't move or whatever, is to try to push the Bridgewater Triangle, expand it, and get together with researchers and discuss it, and make it a final note that this is the Bridgewater Triangle. This is the areas we think are deemed to be more active than other areas of the triangle or of the swamp or whatever the case might be. I think that's only fair and right, through all the hard work that people put in, whether you're an author who just writes stuff down and reads it, whether you're someone who claims your house is haunted, whatever it might be, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I think if you put all those things together, even those people there should be included in that conversation, because there is some form of research there. You know, and to follow up with the King Philip's War, by the way, King Philip's War had skirmishes long after King Philip was dead, and it went all the way up through the central Mass into Vermont. So, you know, I think the expansion of the Bridgewater Triangle over many years of research is very much warranted. Yeah,
I mean, in the Bridgewater. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, D-Hoot just said, I found some really cool info on Legends of America. D-Hoots were doing research is what my point was.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah, that's amazing.
That's what you have to do. If you want to understand, like, the area that we're in, I mean, at least you can just do the research on there and find, you know, what's around here, what's pretty much around America. And like the Triangle and in Alaska and you know, places like that. I mean, I'm going to tend to try to do some research on that and what's going on.
Yeah, and exactly. And you can research this place for days. And I know it's a 200 square mile so-called paranormal vortex with 3 points, Edmonton, Rehoboth, Freetown. So, and that's fine. But that's, you know, how are we gauging more paranormal vortex-ish than other areas? How are we gauging that? Is there a meter I'm missing? Did someone drive around the 200 square miles with a meter out the window of their car? Did Google Maps come down and do it and go, what the hell's that? There's a 200-mile vortex. You know what I mean? So people can say a lot of things, you know, it doesn't mean that that's what's going on. So that's my point, you know, and again, I'm not trying to shit on nobody. If you're out here doing this work, you deserve a spot in the discussion, right? Hell, I'd even talk to Lon Coleman about it, but I'm sure he wouldn't want to talk to little old me. I'm just a dude in the basement. You know what I mean? Hello, Miss Eve Hamilton from across the pond.
Hi, Eve.
Yep, Profile Rock. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's the other thing is that we've had Wojo's brother has seen what he considers a thunderbird in the Hockomock Swamp. So a large. Did I say large?
Pterodactyl bird.
Yeah, thanks.
Large, but the pterodactyl.
Yep, They are known as marshes if they're saltwater. I don't know. You tell us, Ron. You're the one eating pizza, enjoying yourself.
73-degree weather.
Yeah.
Lucky dog.
Just saying. I mean, you must know a lot more than most of us with that nice warm weather and that pizza. Okay.
But I'm sure too, Rich. I mean, a lot of people out around our area, I'm sure there's a ton of sightings where a lot of people have stories, but it's tough to I don't think they're willing to tell people because people will think you're crazy.
Well, but that's the same discussion in the Bigfoot world.
Right.
That we have all these reports, but imagine how many people don't report it. And like I shut my mouth for 8 years before I even opened my mouth and started talking to people. You know what I mean? Hello, Afterlife Nights, Paramental. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. How many times you go see something, you're like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. I was at softball today talking. They all look at me like I'm crazy. One dude's over here wearing like InfoWars on his sweatshirt, that crazy conspiracy channel, which is fine. But don't boo-hoo me because I believe in, because I've had experiences, you know what I mean? And you're over here looking at you're wearing a conspiracy sweatshirt like I'm crazy. You know what I mean? And it's, it's like, come on, if you're that open-minded, I mean, go all the way and really open your mind. Don't open your mind just to a topic because that's not an open mind. You're still closed-minded. And as Gene says, Gene Tewksbury just said, oh, I hit Gene. Why does it jump like that when I do that? It's so frustrating. It's just every time it seems I'm going to do that. You can read up on things, but it's always best to get out in the area and look around 100%. And that's my point. And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that or boo-hoo anything that was discovered before me or named before me or whatever the case might be. But there is a monetization to it. And you have to consider that factor. And with everything, right? Like people say to me, I'm like, I don't even have the money that I spend. You know what I mean? It's like, and the monetization on YouTube, I think I got $25 in the kitty. You know what I mean? So, and you'll get paid till you get 100, by the way. But so there ain't no money to be had here. We're doing this straight out of passion. You know what I mean? So,
but hey, listen, you got me out there. I mean, thank you, Bobby Lee, for banging in sick. So if she was never sick, I would never be on your show like this.
Oh, no.
Be part of that research in a sort of way.
No. Listen, I have a mind that continuously works. And I already knew I was going to take you out eventually. And I was going to have a show.
That's true. Yeah.
And I was going to have a show about it. Because I can't stop when I get a thought in my head, whether it happens right away, but it's going to happen because my mind has to make it happen. So yeah. But at that particular time, it worked out perfectly. What?
That's what you're doing. I'm just copying you. Yeah.
I'm Italian. I'm talking with my hand.
Yeah, so am I. Hey, I tell you.
So as I was saying, what I was trying to say was,
Can I say one thing, Rich?
No.
Off the team, Pistol Pete. You got the Bridgewater Triangle. Why are you late? Meatball.
Wow.
He says, hey, guys, have you ever been to the Freetown Ledge? Definitely an eerie feeling.
I think the Freetown Ledge is a great point and one that you can literally Wikipedia on your own, specifically aside from anything, and just put in Freetown Ledge.
Yeah.
And the stories you hear about that, horrifying.
Yeah.
The cult activity out there because of the energy in the place is horrifying.
Yeah.
I don't go out alone. A lot of guys do. I know there's some guys out there, researchers, that go out there and they just walk around with their dog or whatever. One guy, he does it at night. I was texting you. We were talking on Messenger about coming on the show, and he kept messaging me. And I'm like, bro, are you all right? Like, what are you doing out there by yourself? I'm not by myself. I'm with my dog. I'm like, dude, you crazy. And I'm talking like 2 a.m. that dude. It's stuff he must see in here. I'd love to talk to him, but you know how that goes. Hang on,
But I'm also looking forward to like our night investigations. When the weather really gets better and we have like great plans ahead. I'm looking forward to that because I'm down for like an overnight stay if we last.
Yeah, we're definitely going out there. Woodward Hall at Bridgewater State University, the school's home to countless reports of shadow people, specifically a man running throughout the halls. Yes, that is true. I live 1 mile from that university. Well, my house where I had the Bigfoot experience is about a mile away from BSU. My daughter attends BSU. So yes, that is an absolute true statement. That has been 100% been seen by many. My cousin was the same, and I finally got him to the point where he will share, but he wanted his face. And your cousin did an outstanding job, by the way. And excuse me, as a researcher, I would like to commend and thank him. And kudos to you, Sam, for putting him in a comfort zone, because it's an uncomfortable zone. And if you can be put in a comfortable zone, it's a lot better. So
yeah, and that's a great example of him, Rich. By the way, that we talk about. People just. It's not easy for you if you had again, if you had a Bigfoot outside your door, it's tough to really get that story out there and talk about it, because it can be a little, traumatizing and what have you. And
yeah,
and if you say people just say, "What are you, nuts? No Bigfoot here." How do you know?
Straw Dyke said, yeah, right. You're 100%. And I'll tell you, I'll follow up on that after I acknowledge Straw Dog. Sure. I've had experiences in Michigan and now starting research in New Hampshire. Now, doesn't Michigan have a triangle as well? If you could answer that for me, Straw Dog, I'm pretty sure they do, right? I do see Off the Team. What's up, Off the Team? Hey guys, have you been to Freetown Lights? Okay, yep, that's what he was talking about. Yeah, so with my experiences, my first wife and I own the home together. My oldest kids live there still, and back and forth to college or whatever they do. But so we still own it to this day, since 2002. And I had to go tell her, because I was worried about my kids and their safety. Don't go beyond the fence. Something big is living out back, and that's where I first started saying it. And she's like, "What do you mean something big is like a deer?" And I'm like, "No." So I tell her I found these tree breaks and stuff right along the game trail. They don't make any sense. Well, deers do that. And I'm like, "Yeah, but this one here," and I showed her the picture. This one spun around 360 and bent down. Deer don't do that. And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's probably just mating season." And we went through the whole gamut, and I was getting a handful of that experience of denial and not ridicule. She wasn't ridiculing me, but I felt was like, oh, I guess
a lot of questioning. Yeah,
like, oh, don't tell anybody else this if she won't even talk to me about it. And then I would tell her another experience that happened. Or, hey, I heard a wood knock. Have you heard any wood knocks out back? She's like, Rich, stop. And then, like I said, one night she had an experience of her own. When I was in the middle of one of my experiences freaking out, I didn't realize she was standing up by the house, and she went, "What the hell was that?" And I said, "This is what I've been trying to tell you for 1.5 years, 2 years now, that there's something big living out back." And it was hard, but for her to have that realization, even then, she was still kind of like, she was at where I was, 1.5 years, 2 years previous. And then she had her very own experience right literally almost in front of her face. The only thing between her and it was a blackberry bush about 10 feet tall and about 12 feet wide.
Yep.
And it was eating off the berries, and it was duskish, and it ran in line with the berry bush where she couldn't see it, but she could feel the ground going boom, boom. The way she described it was crazy. And she called me up, freaked out, because she had her own experience. So that's what it takes. And as researchers, we got to be okay with that. We understand that. Like I said, I stood in front of a bunch of softball guys. I handed out all my BanterWithRichieB shirts today to my team that I was playing with. There was 7 of us. I'm like handing out T-shirts. This is like game jersey. They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yep, you're damn right. Put it on and shut up." But yeah, they put it on and whatever. But then it became talking to other people. "Oh, you find Bigfoot yet? You know what I mean? You got to eat real evidence." And I'm like, "Well, if you like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll see real evidence." You know what I mean? Like,
or put boots on the ground,
And these are people I've known for how many years, Woj?
I know.
Literally, like almost shitting on you. They're like,
But also, Rich, I give you a lot of kudos, because again, you were dealing this for about close to 8 years, and you didn't. I mean, we played softball with and against each other through all that. And actually, you played on a few years in a row with us, but you never, ever talked about it, because you always kept it to yourself.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's smart that when you're finding strange things, folks, I mean, the best thing to do is just start documenting. And that's what Richie was doing, and taking pictures and having audio. And this is before even like doing your podcasting and what have you.
Man, many years before getting into any of this,
Right.
I was trying to research and document as I went because I knew I had something. I knew there was something out there. I know my experiences. I know what happened after dark. I listened to something run across the swamplands in my backyard, which Wojo's been there. It is not easy to do.
No.
And it was like 5 to 6 seconds flat, right through and into the field, gone at night. I was like, what in the, well, there's no way.
It scared the shit out of me. Excuse my French.
Well, that's that. You're talking your time. I'm talking about my time when it happened. And then when I ran over there and was yelling something to it, something to my left snapped something huge. Like, boom, it snapped it. And I went, oh, shit, I'm being flanked. And that's where the TV shows came in handy because I didn't know what flanked was by a Bigfoot before. I didn't have no idea. But because I watched, I learned, I listened, I followed the documentaries, I knew when this thing got my attention back to the left, that was a strategy that people discussed over time, right? Over time, researchers over time, we're trying to look for patterns and habits and acknowledgement, and not just reiterating a story that sounds the same by different people. There's a big difference. That to me is not research. That's just telling.
What I was getting at, really, I know you were talking. It's just your reaction, like the energy out there in the high snaps and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, in those loud knocks nearby, I'm telling you, you're going to be like, whoa! Like, I'm sorry, it's a rush. You know, look, I'm not afraid of anybody. For a lot of people, but whatever's out there, man, that breaking and stuff like that, I almost, had to change my draws. It was the energy.
Yep.
Like I said, just everything that mixed in with the sounds, everything, something that's like high, like big in mass.
Yep.
And like I said, I've been spooked by the biggest thing I ever been spooked by was a moose about 40 yards away.
Yep.
That was close enough.
Yep. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And, it's shocking. And, Mary brings up a point because Mary lived in an apartment right near the Bridgewater State Prison out in that back road I showed you that we walked out on when we were talking to the producers that time.
Yeah.
She was right on that little four-way by the prison, and the building's not there anymore. They tore it down. But that is the area where the guy that I called was having his experiences with the cherries in the bamboo patch. That is right near there. I don't know exactly where that bamboo patch is, which I'm going to find out. That is right near there, Mary. That's where I called the guy to help me because I knew of his story locally through the Bigfoot world. And I knew him a long time. And so that house that you're talking about was smack dab, Hobbamock Swamp, Bigfoot activity. That place haunted as shit. UFOs have been seen like literally right where Mary lived. Like that is for real. I know. Yeah. I partied over there a lot at Mary's place. Hi, Mary. Don't you say a word. Okay. A lot of wrongdoings went on there.
But it's cool though that you're still getting people that have experiences like our friends that we know, like Joe and everything, and Jordan, that they share. Like, it's cool. Like that story, that bamboo story, and he told me like what he was grabbing and all that stuff. I mean, it's just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And only that, there is a website, a Bridgewater. I don't know which website it is, but Joe tells me all about it. He's like, yeah, people are talking about, been seeing UFOs the night we did our first night investigations, things like that. They saw things out in the sky and multiple reports.
Yeah. Yep.
So
no, you're right. And the area is crazy and it is charged. All I'm saying is it warrants expansion after all these years of research.
Right.
It just does. It's like anything else. It evolves. You have to evolve at this point and not just leave it for, pardon me, and I'm not trying to be mean, one person's monetization. I don't think, because that's what it is at this point. Nobody from that area, from up there is running out in those woods trying to find out more about it. It's just now that it just lives on a book. It lives on a movie. It lives on it lives on, that's where it lives. And I don't think. I think at this point it's unjust to leave it just as it is. I think that maybe it's going to rock a boat or two, but I've been known to do that. I believe in the structures, and I don't have a problem saying it to the most world-renowned Bigfoot researcher in the world that looks at me and says I'm out of my effing mind. I don't really give a shit. And I got one I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes. So stick around. I got some visual evidence we're going to share, so don't go anywhere as we have this discussion. But I don't want you going anywhere because I got visual stuff we're going to go over from the last investigation. And one of the things that are going to prove structures to you are in that photo, or in these photos that I'm going to share. And there's no denying it. There's no Mother Nature. I don't give a shit. And you'll see exactly what I mean. I found interesting was documentary part 2. People said they were hearing owl noise. And we're going to get into that as well, Sam, because that's one of the things that we dealt with a little bit respectfully about some of the, I have the video uploaded of the sounds that we heard, and Wojo whispering a lot. Oh, sorry. We still here? Oh, I thought you left. Oh, good to see you, Wojo. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah.
I know you get that.
We get caught up in the moment. I did it too. Remember,
I know that's the thing.
I'd be like, I got to stop doing that, and then I hand you the phone. You're like, "Hi, my name's Wojo, and there's a creature over there. His name's Steve. I don't know why his name's Steve. You know why? I do know why his name's Steve. I just gave him the name Steve. Oh, was that a whoop? Shut up!"
I think listen, folks, when you hear it, the moment though it was just the timing. That was the main thing. You're sitting there like this. Oh, look, check out the hair, check out the hair, check out the hair. All of a sudden, chaos just like erupted. I'm like, because that's when Elder said stop, and we're like, stop. And then all of a sudden, and then we just had vocals left and right. And we're like, what? Put your headphones on quick.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and we're gonna go over that whole scenario. I think we'll have part of our comment. It's only 6:47. We got plenty of time.
Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, the Michigan Triangle. I think it's up in the top part of it or whatever. And I didn't know there was a huge swamp with significance either in that area. Now that's interesting. See, this is research.
Yep.
Because there's the Alaskan Triangle, and I don't hear much about swamps. I would be interested to know if there was a swamp, because as we know, water is a conductor and it generates energy, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
So there could be that significance, but to have locations like that with swamps would be quite the conversation, don't you think? Straw Dog, thank you for that. Sorry if I'm a little slow getting to the comments, because we're conversing as well. And this stupid thing. So, Taurus Girl's here. What's up, Taurus Girl?
Hey, Taurus.
Hey. Oh, hey. Come on, Wojo, give her a hey.
Hey, girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Taurus Girl.
Taurus Girl is here. Cult activity, yes. Animal mutilations. Let's see. Let's take you to Freetown in the forest. Freetown Forest is a freak show, by the way. Freetown Forest after dark. In the daytime, it's eerie. I've been out there with Mike Trainer a couple times, and on the edges of it, and even that place is scary nuts. Okay, you want to hang out there after dark in the center of it? Good luck to you.
Mm-hmm.
Not this dude. All right. Home of Lizzie Borden. You are correct. Lizzie Borden, Fall River. What's this? What's this say? They hung Bigfoot crossing signs on telephone poles outside my work, breaking my balls. No, did they really? When you just, that's not right.
Poor Denny.
That's not right. That's not right. I always love Heidi's updates. It is 4:40 and I have 4% battery. Brought to you by
and her battery's still going strong.
Yeah, but she's still. That's right, Jim. It's 4:40 and there's 4% battery out there in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. Thank you, Heidi, for calling in. Back to you, Wojo. Sorry, radio voice had to make an appearance.
Oh, Heidi, you're a gift.
Look at Taurus. Heidi, get a charger. Right? Don't get us all overthinking, man. Heidi, you make me laugh. Speedy Gonzalez. I feel like there's a what's up, Tennessee? TKB's in the hizzy.
Hey, TKB. Welcome.
Anyways, Bridgewater Triangle mini read is on my shorts.
What? I didn't see that comment. What?
I have a very large read on my bloomers. Back to you, Susan. What the hell is that? Is it? Do you mean like in your shorts on? I can't say it. Like on your YouTube shorts? Is that what you're saying? Bridgewater Triangle mini read is on my shorts. That's amazing. I love it. Ronald says that. Oh yeah, that camp on Hobbamock Pond. The camp owner was murdered by a kid with a shotgun.
Ooh.
Yep. Do you know the name of that camp? I don't think it's Camp Hoggamock. You guys made a documentary. You should totally make one. Taurus, you drinking tonight? You guys made a documentary. You should totally make one.
We need another one.
The fuck? I love all you people.
I'll join you. How's that? All right.
Yeah, there you go. Vortexes draw to the center. I'm not going to keep clicking the names up right now. I'm going to try to catch up, and then I'll post your questions. Sure. If you know where the prison is, I lived across the street from it, D.U. She don't know where the prison is. She's in Texas, Mary. Richie B, you just blew my eardrums. Oh, yeah, girl. It happens all the time. Sorry about that. I apologize. I have to warn D-Hoot when I'm doing knocks, or especially whoops, because it makes her jump off her arm. Kelly is not on tonight, no, but he's got all his stuff together, 800, and he will be on. We're going to talk about it. He said he should be good to go. So I just want him. He can pick next week or the week after. So I have a few guests kind of waiting, but I left a little gap just in case he wanted to come on whenever he wanted to come on. So I am down for that. What is this? Yeah. Nobody cares. So I know nothing about locations in the north, Mary. Well, there you go. There it is. I bet you guys would find a lot of interest and evidence on a walk through the Freetown. Yeah, I have, man. It's eerie even in the daytime. That's all I'm going to say about that. That place is different, man. It's got a different energy about it. And that energy can change instantly. You know what I mean?
But also, I was telling you
wait, time out. I got breaking news. Lisa Garcia has entered the chat.
Who's that?
Oh, I thought it was someone else. Never mind.
Oh, sorry, Lisa. I'm glad everything's okay.
We're glad everything's okay, little Lisa, but we miss you so dearly because I'm stuck in the woods by myself with fucking Wojo. Please hurry up and get back here.
Yeah, Richie needs some help.
You give a child a microphone and a camera, he acts like a complete idiot. So I wouldn't want to hang down the Fort and Hull after dark. Mary, don't give me the Fort and Hull after dark is fine. It's just when you go into the bunkers when it's completely pitch black and something touches your shoulder like it did mine. And then it said, "Hey, boy." I was like, ah! I had a little jail flashback. Just saw you, Speedy Gonzalez. You didn't see Speedy. What did she write? Gonzalo. So what did she write? Gonzaluz?
Galuzo?
Yeah.
Luzo?
Yeah, Sam made 2 documentaries. Check out Sam's Pretty Paranormal, Sam After Dark. Absolutely kick-ass, unbelievable short and ghost stories from Reddit. She did an awesome job once again. We're blessed to have her as a producer. Please go check out her page, Sam's Pretty Paranormal. Like and subscribe. Hit the notify button because she's been popping off some crazy documentaries. What was the other one? The Hidden, right? Did I say that right?
The Hidden, yeah.
Yeah, The Hidden was unbelievable with her cousin. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
His tale, his story of his Bigfoot experience was so cool. The dude.
I'm sorry, that's Behind the Shadows. That's Behind the Shadows.
Is that one's Behind the Shadows? And we were The Hidden.
Yes, we were The Hidden. Sorry about that.
I thought it was like a part 8 or something. Did you get back with the hair on the? Yes, I have pictures of it. Check it out. You guys want? Dude says Lisa who? Thank you, Ronald, for your information. I appreciate that. All that while eating pizza in 73-degree weather. I am impressed. And the guy murdered the owner's name was Ero Heelan. Nice. Thank you, bro. Let's see. We ask about you at investigations, Lisa. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Thanks, D. Who you meant you spelt Richie B wrong, Taurus.
Taurus don't like you today.
Yeah, see, I thought she liked me, but she don't really like me much. Lisa says, all right, so they're all talking. Oh, yeah, Richie is tired of it. Here we go. Richie is tired acting like a fainting goat and having Wojo try to help him up and giving him the people's elbow. Gene Tewksbury, no, you didn't.
The fainting goat was classic.
You have to understand Gene Tewksbury. It's a little bit funnier coming from her. Do you admit that?
Gene's awesome.
Love you, Gene. Thank you. So he gave me the people's friggin' chin to my side butt. He busted. If you see the camera comes right down on my side butt. Oh, I still feel that one, dude. Oh my God. All right, so check it out. Thank you so much. Keep bringing those Bridgewater Triangle tips. I'm gonna pop off some visual evidence and have a discussion. You guys down for that? Huh?
Let's go.
I should make some weird music up for visual evidence. No, we're not doing that song. We already have one song. That's it. I just have to find where she told me to go. Oh, here we go. All right, so check it out. So these are some of the trackways that we found when there was snow out there. If you guys remember that investigation from the BanterWithRichieB live. And these are some of the close-up. I hope you guys don't mind. Your names are going to be on here because I do screenshots. I don't edit nothing. And here we are. Okay. I just want it to be as real as you see it and the whole world to see, to one day we hold up our hands in victory and go, I told you so. Right?
Look at that toe in that left picture. The far left. That's just awesome.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable, right? So I went to the camp when I was a kid. That's why it sticks out in my mind. What do you mean you went to the camp? Like you actually went there and stayed like a camper? Was it like Boy Scouts? Like what was it? Explain that, Ron. That's interesting. Now you're getting interested. Lisa says she misses all you guys and thank you, Andy. Miss you and your shine. Oh, yes, your shine. Not your shiny smile, Andy.
Shine on, shine with Corona.
Yeah, that was pretty good coming from Gene, wasn't it? Hey, Henry, what's up, buddy?
Henry.
And to get murdered like that, I agree. He's roaming. Yeah, that energy gets dispersed. I bet the guy is spirit bound. Yeah, I agree. And that's a lot of times that happens, right? We always talk about that. Thank you, off the team. Yes, we believe it is. The one on the left, you can clearly see the toe separation. You can see the little 1, 2, 3, or 4 more toes on the left side. The one on the right, you can kind of see more of a shape of a foot. You can tell it's not a boot. There's no factory looking anything there, so that ain't happening. These are in the snow. They're pretty cut and dry. And it's not only that, as you see here, I believe it's on this one. There's tracks of them, right? And well, these dimensions here were like, which ones were these, Wojo? Do you remember?
8 by 8 inches.
No.
Oh, dimensions like the steps was 46 inches.
Yeah,
so it's almost 4 feet.
Yeah. The stride, and this was the little guy that we ended up casting in the ice. Correct.
And so 8 inches by 3.
Right, but there were other ones there too as well that we thought maybe Big Brother was running along with them. Don C, thank you so much for your donation, brother. Your support.
Thanks, Don.
It's unbelievable, man. We love you too, bro. Thank you. He says, this is a Bigfoot stream. I tune in for the laughs. I love you, boys. Don't ever change. The Bigfoot community is toxic. Yeah, you know what? Thank you for noticing that and bringing that up, brother. Yeah, we're not that. We'll never be that. We don't gatekeep. We don't bullshit. We don't shit on people. We don't do none of that. If they want to jump on board and research their way and hang out with us in the woods, 100% welcome to, as long as they're respectful. As soon as the disrespect shows, you gets the boot, yo.
But not only that, Rich, they should just tell their friends, their families, brothers, sisters, neighbors, hey, we're here. Tell them about us. We would love to hear what they have to say.
Well, Exactly. And spread the word. That's what we're saying. Let's all have a conversation with our neighbor, our friend, or somebody to our left, to our right about it, and make it happen. You know? And here's, my tracks here, toes stayed together. Henry, great point. That is a pretty big separation. And I got to be honest with you, Henry, I've never seen a separation that wide. Whether it's intentional or it's fixed, I don't believe. I think their toes are way more flexible than ours. I think that mid-tarsal break has a lot to do with climbing and trees and stuff like that, and be able to, obviously maneuver across the ground. And I believe it has to do with durability, to be quite honest with you. If you remember the old four-wheel truck, Bigfoot and all them, the trucks. Well, they made all the tires station on their own. They operated on their own individually. And it's the same thing with a mid-tarsal break. It kind of gives you that extra flex and ability to do things. And it helps give longevity, whereas you take a piece of glass, which is rigid, and you shatter it, as you take a piece of, rubber, whatever, and you hit it, it doesn't shatter, right? So it's the same type of mentality. And I think that's where they get their longevity from. I think these guys live a long time. That's my theory. There was a discussion about life expectancy. I think it's a long time. That's me. I think they're built different. I think there's their generations are far, far different than ours. My concern is, and this is one thing me and Wojo have been talking about again on the live, my concern up here is, where is mom and dad at? Well, they're there. Don't worry. We agree that they're there. They just don't come out to play. They see everything. I think their eyesight, their sensitivities. If you guys notice on the live, you guys kept mentioning the other day about this hum that they kept hearing. Let me be honest with you. When I listened back to the live as a spectator with the phone up to my ear, there was this strange hum throughout my recording, and I'm going, "What is that?" I had no idea what that was. No idea what it was. It wasn't the train. I could hear, I think, what you guys were hearing. And I think because you're on the other side of the screen, the frequency comes out different. I think some of their sounds come out different because it jumps frequency. That's how crazy it is and how crazy it's gotten. And I know that via research, by listening to lots of audio and lots of recordings and things, which I have a ton to do still, I know. We'll get it out by 19,000, 50 million years from now. Anyways, so that's a good point that you bring up, Henry. Also, I told my buddy about your show. He's been in here watching a couple times. He travels for work, so he doesn't always get a chance to use. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, so, well, you were one of the ones that brought that up to you about the hum. And a few other people had the conversation as well about the hum, Do you believe the prince here is an adolescent? Yes, they're adolescents. Again, like with what Henry's saying, there's not a lot of the big prints around as much anymore. I haven't seen we don't see the 18 around a lot, the 17 and a half and 3/4, whatever. And we haven't really seen the mama around, which was like around 16 inches in, I think, a year.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So there is a pecking order here, and there is a structure to the clan. And I think they all have different roles. And I think that they have different, I gotta be honest with you, the abilities here, they can hear and they know when we're coming. We know that for a fact.
I think I think what he's saying is, like, in the size of I mean, like, you're taking pictures, it's hard to.
Well, we didn't put anything down next to it like we were supposed to. But if you watch the live, there was so much going on, dude.
But also, I pulled out the tape measurements, so it is documented on the live. But
correct.
But again,
that's a good point.
There was also two. We found the 8x3, and it was a 12x5.
That was a weird one.
You remember that? That was heading towards the broken asterisk, the old one.
Yeah.
And we started finding more structures that we never noticed.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. But I mean, they're out there, folks. I mean, we saw a bunch, and we have been taking the measurements of the strides, and again, you look at the left, it just looks like his toes, like he extended his toes out a little bit,
Yeah, I said, I just think they flex better. I think when they hit a certain terrain, they open up more, they close more. I mean, ours do too, just not as far and not as prominent, right? So I think that's quite a picture. I love that picture. One of my favorites. About the hair on. Oh my God, really? D-Hoot. I have a picture of it in here in the slideshow that we're going to talk about, Miss D-Hoot. Okay. Okay.
I guess we're boring her. She wants to get to the point.
Drugs bad. Let's see. They both fell quite a bit during that. Yeah, I can't deny that. That's not a myth. So yeah, and then there's the trackway. We're kind of showing you the trackway. We're trying to get close up and see things. What the one on the left looks a lot closer than it was, but you can see how straight line it is, right? And they're like, we were measuring, I think, 46 inches apart, and 55 was another one. So yeah, there was some crazy flexibility in there. Distance as far as walking goes. So then we get on to the structures that we found, right? And a lot of these structures are all kind of new to us, right? Is this the XA? No, that's just the X.
I think that's the one, like the college where we found the tree stand out there.
Yeah.
We walked from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did like a kind of like a circle in a way.
That's the one that's quarantined off behind it near that tree that we found.
So with the asterisks, there was that X right there.
Oh, all right. You're right. I don't get to speak. My bad.
No. I was just trying to like make sure that where you are.
Okay, you're co-host, not host. Okay. You know what? Let's do a show next one time when you're the host and I'm the co-host. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
That's right there, Bob.
All right, never mind. Bad idea.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anybody look at this thing. It's mind-blowing how many sticks are crisscrossed and locked in. This thing was like cement. You couldn't move it. This is with Maddox, right, Woj?
Yes.
Yeah. This thing was crazy. They were in every direction, and big ones going up, coming out of it. But look at the interlock in this thing. Count how many sticks are in there. Trees bent over, trees snapped in half. Really, D-Hoot? Her and Ronald.
But we try to move that too, Rich. And I think it was locked solid.
That wasn't.
All of them just didn't move.
That wasn't moving. So yeah. This ain't the asterisk. This was over by this X, right? That's the one you're talking about. That ain't the asterisk.
No, that's not the asterisk, but it had a lot of tie-ins. It looked like a slight asterisk, if you zoom in on it. Just how the trees kind of like did this.
I think I can do that, right? And you guys can see it, right? Better. It's bigger for you guys if I just did that? You saw that?
Yeah, it went a little bit bigger.
All right, what if I do this? Can you see it bigger now? Because it's the same size.
Yeah, it didn't do it. Yeah,
because on mine, I don't know why they would do that on my screen, but yeah, these things were insane. This is what we saw that I showed you the picture before. That's all interlocked up there. So this is all the interlocking of it, and this is it from a distance.
That is cool.
You tell me how that is Mother Nature. Tell me. I want to know. I want to know how everything goes side to side like javelins, and then they lock together. Tell me that. Well, you know what, Taurus girl, and the sad thing is that they're just being discounted because there's a lot of hoity-toity out there. They're like, well, that's not scientific.
Whirly winds did it.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're a structure guy. Oh, goodness. I can't stand structure guys. Bartholomew, out of here at once. Well, let me tell you, these structures have a lot and everything to do with what we research. Guarantee you that. This is not the magic whirly winds doing this. It's impossible for Mother Nature to make this.
Oh, impossible.
You tell me, look how big those sticks are. Are they flying sideways and ching, 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 and get locked in? Are we serious? You want me to?
Remember when I measured that, Rich? Remember that I measured that big one that's going across? That was 12. That was like 12 inches in diameter. Remember that?
Yes. Yep. There's no way. And then there's the random like break that snaps right to the ground. It has all the telltale signs. What's up, Graham? What's up, Graham?
What's going on, brother?
I like Graham's name, Graham Bambeck.
Graham. GB.
That's right, it's me, Graham Bambeck. I'm a private investigator. Call me tomorrow and I'll find everything that you're missing. Because I'm a private investigator, Graham Bambeck.
Yeah, who did that to these trees? I like to know.
I
So
didn't
wrong.
know. Don't make me get out the music.
Don't make me mess up Mother Nature. Straighten it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. I've heard the A structure gateway. Yeah, there's theories on that. Yeah. They're strong. Well, yeah, yeah. Strong, the Bigfoot, they're amazing. So as we go forward in this slideshow, we're going to get into a little bit more. So I love this X. This is one of my favorites. Not the favorite. I'm going to show you the favorite, my new all-time favorite. There is Gene. No, I know. Yeah, right. And I have fun with it. You know what I mean? I sound like I'm, maybe being mean or whatever, but I'm not. I'm having fun with it. I have zero to give. I'm not worried about it. I know I got my eye on the prize. You know what I mean? And that's my 50-foot standoff with Sasquatch. That's my prize right there. Whatever happens from that point on, I don't feel that I would be harmed or eaten or anything. I'd be scared shit. But I don't believe any of that. So, all right. Well, I will check that out. I love this X, and let me get to that. But let's see. Graham says, in his very polite, well-mannered way, Richie, check PMs. I have something fucking crazy to talk to you about. Happened an hour ago. Wife witnessed it as well.
Really? I love this shit.
I'm losing my mind here. Holy shit, fellas. All right, I will check it out. I'm getting there. Where is it, he says? My PMs?
Put him on the studio. Talk about it.
I'll bring his ass in here right now. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Grant, get on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll send you a damn link right now. You can talk. You guys want to hear Graham's story?
Why not?
Oh, I got a million reasons.
We got plenty of time. This is what we do. But as Richie's doing that, Gene, this is why we go on lives, because not only do we just see the X and take a picture, but we're also going and showing you where it starts, where it ends, the knots that are holding it up. If they're that heavy, here's a video.
Hang on.
Yep. So where are the gouges hitting the trees? Where the tree markings, tree marks. These things are being placed there, folks. I mean, that's that's just crazy stuff. And this is why we just, we start from the bottom up and talk about it. So whenever these naysayers have something to say, then we'll just say, well, then you know what? We'll talk you through it. You tell me how they got there. Or tell me and Richie. Tell all of us.
Graham, would you like me to call you after the show? You sure? No, wait a minute. Yeah. Slow down. I know you said fuck it. Let's do it.
I don't know why. I'm getting excited.
I know.
I'm feeling him right now. Let's go.
Right. Stop. Because
okay.
I don't want him to live with buyer's remorse or regret for doing that. So let him take a few minutes. It's still wow. Is that only 45 minutes left in our show? What the hell? You talk a lot. I love this because we just have fun. So I tell you what, it's 7:30. It's 7:13 right now. Graham, it's 7:30. If you still feel the same way, you could come on the show and talk about it. If it's something at 7:30, you say, hey, let me just refocus and we'll go over the video together. And then you want to come on my show and discuss it, then fine. Then we'll do it that way. So there's many other options. I know everybody would love to hear a story, but we all got to breathe and relax because this stuff is very personal. You know what I mean? This stuff is very, very personal. And when you just go letting that stuff out, there's a lot of recoil that can come back at you. So let's just let Graham have a few minutes and we'll do it the right way. Okay, guys?
Totally agree, Rich. Absolutely.
Right. So let's do that. Graham, 7:30. You let me know if you still feel the same way. Until then, jump around your kitchen like a crazy child because I've been there, brother.
We all have been there.
Yes. Unplugged and had to come outside. Gorgeous day in the Mile High. Thank you for that, Heidi. All right. Well, there's what D Hoot's been asking for. So, Wojo, upon discussing with our friends from the Vogels, Mr. Tim, right?
Yep.
Talked about putting Vaseline on the peanut butter jar. And we put Vaseline on the peanut butter jar. And on the peanut butter jar was this crazy types of hair that we found. Don't know exactly what it is. It's not scientifically known what it is. But I think it's kind of neat that we upped our game in the research and look what happened, right? If you look at it, it's kind of long. It's kind of coarse. I do have a microscope, by the way. I have a telescope, and I will look further into this for all of you. Watch me throw it in the air. There it is. It's just oh, you still here? Sorry, dude.
You know, Rich, the more I look at the jar to the left, and you look at the blue piece of paper right there, above it, and going to the left, you can just see digits.
Well, that's the other thing is that we're further looking into. I have it here, and I need to go over this over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing it from here and zooming in.
He's funny, dude. Very grown up of you, Richie B. He's matured a lot over the last 4 shows. I love that. Henry says, with my sighting, I was afraid, just could not identify. But we're talking like 20 minutes ago, guys. 20 minutes ago. Did you send me the video? I mean, I could probably help you that way to make your decision whether you should come on my show or not. You could do that. I'll send it back to you and erase it if you feel better about that afterwards. Just to be able to give you, you know, my personal opinion, what you should do with it before just popping it off. You know what I mean? We could do that way. Anyway, 7:30. If you still feel the same way, I'll open up extra time for you if you like. I'll see you till fucking 8:30 talking about your story if it's mind-blowing and beautiful. Kind of like how I feel every morning when I look in the mirror. Mind-blowing and beautiful. All night I could not figure it out. Light tan and black ovals through me. Black ovals look through me. Their eyes, yes. Yeah. So we're working on the fingerprints. I believe there is some ridges on here. I do have to go over it a little bit more closely. Stay patient. The technique with the Vaseline is going to be staying in the game. It's not going anywhere. There is nothing like being out in the bitter winter watching Wojo vass up a peanut butter jar. Trust me.
All I hear is, Richie, hurry up. I'm hurrying. I'm sitting there like this. I'm all slimed up.
Hey, listen, you haven't lived until you experience that.
Oh, my God. That was funny.
Oh, yeah. Hang on a minute. Give everybody 5 seconds to enjoy the visual. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Excellent. All right. Graham says, I'm happy to talk now. Happy to show you. Want to keep the footage between us until we figure it out. Okay. So what are you showing me? Oh, show me personally, but not on the air because it's worldwide. And then we can just figure it out that way. You like that idea better? Henry, hurry with the camera.
That's what I just saw.
Look at Sam. Look at Sam. Oh, God.
Hey, listen, this is how we think outside the box.
All right. So listen, we have a lot of, we're not uptight researchers, as you can see. So not like, yes, are you done vassing up that peanut butter jar, Mr. Steven? It isn't like that. It's a funny topic. I'm sure you two have techniques. All right, that's enough. Richie is playing music in the background. All right, Tewksbury, that's enough out of you. We need a plan. You're not going to believe this. All right, Wojo, you want to take over the show, and I'll talk to.
Yeah,
Graham
give Graham a call.
All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll just continue on.
There's the hair right there. You see it? All right, talk about the hair for me. I'll be right back, folks. Graham, answer your phone, bro. I don't know if you noticed, I'm kind of live on the air.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, D-Hood, outside the box, yes, a jar of Vaseline. Graham, Richie's going to call you right now, all right, buddy? Yeah, so I talked to Tim Vogel and just explaining what's been going on with the peanut butter jars and stuff like that. And he brought up the idea of Apply the Vaseline so that they can get possible digits, or you might catch some hair. And I'm like, really? I go, well, it's kind of cold out. He goes, no, the cold won't, the cold would, hold it in place. And they will still continue to, try to open the jar. And you'll still should be able to get some sort of possible hairs, or you could clearly see the digits. So looking at the jar and what have you, I just see like, fingers going across. And I wish I spent more time to really examine, but obviously at that moment, we end up having some whoops that are coming from our 11 o'clock and our 1 o'clock. There were sets of whoops going on side to side, but I'm going to discuss that when Richie shows up. So now we found the jar and we decided to come back. Obviously, we did our investigation and we had the tree knocks and so on and so forth that we were hearing, and that strange hum. When we did come back, that's when Richie noticed his hairs on it, and that was the cool part, to see those hairs just being attached. But to our next step is to, I told Richie, we'll just get some tweezers and just kind of like stretch it out a little bit and try to get some measurements and things like that. So we do have a lot of work ahead of us. Thanks, Ron. Welcome to Banter with Wojo. So the thing about passing on these evidence to like DNA specialists and stuff, we do know, well, the Vogels know a guy, but he's backed up. There's people around my area that just backed up like about a year's worth. So we're kind of like stuck. So, yeah, catnip. Yeah, Gene Tewksbury says, it's actually a great idea. I use Vaseline and catnip with my research. Sorry, Gene. Yeah, hey, everybody, let's have some Vaseline and catnip. No, but what Gene does is she also does researching up in Maine and for the wild cats up in her area, and she does her research up there, and that's a great idea, Gene. It's, to me, it was outside the box what Tim said, because it makes sense. So I think next time around when we put out another jar, what he suggests is to put a heavier coating on there, so that it gives a little bit of a mold, a little bit of a squish. So if you put like a thicker layer on there, it sounds crazy, but believe it or not, I use Bag Bomb because I used to, tattoos and all. So I'm going to apply a heavier amount of the ointment on there, and hopefully we can really catch those digits. Excuse me, and more hair. So that's all in the works. Henry, another thought of snack food. Whole corn kernels, 50-pound bag is cheap. They hit that corn grow. We went by. These here went for a whole corn that fell off ATV. Well, Henry, it's outside the box. Yeah, I mean, I've heard, bags. If you put out bags of cherries, they love cherries out there. So I'm hearing other ideas. But I think we've been sticking for what's been working. But I think that I'm not saying get rid of the zingers, but maybe just kind of mix it up a little bit. Because the whole thing about the zingers and the peanut butter jars, just to find the evidence, it kind of gives us an idea on, my concern is if you put out a bowl of some cherries, I don't know what critters can get up there and easily climb in and grab it. So it would be tough to really find that sort of evidence of what's around there. So that's why I've been sticking around with the peanut butter and the zingers. I find it strange that I was telling you folks that yeah, it's natural. Just don't give the whole bag. Yeah, correct, Henry. what was I saying? Yeah. So remember those rocks that I put on the gifting chair? I noticed that the rocks are gone. They're not even on the ground. And I found that strange. So I don't know if the real young one got interested and started collecting them. I don't know, but I can't find those rocks. So right now we have to investigate. Yeah, I'll turn up D-Hoot. It just we're still trying to find that Richie's granola bar. I mean, it's orange, just like this screen. I mean, when it's out in the snow, it'll stand out like a sore thumb. I couldn't find it. Like I said, when you sit on the gifting chair and you're looking dead straight, either we're finding evidence like about 40, 40 feet straight from us, to the left of us, to the right of us. And those are like those pinpoints that we've been noticing that they'll just move away and just eat, but never really behind us. So 90% of the time, we've been finding it more like in front of us. But I walked around, we checked the creek, and we just couldn't find it. Let me see. I gotta back up a little bit. Sam says exactly, and the grip was tight for it to unscrew the lid and clean that jar out. No critter could have done that. Yeah, that's correct. What the amazing part is that on the lid, you can see a hole in it, but that stick is on the ground. And they really clean. I mean, it's amazing how they just, when you have maybe like an inch by, I don't know, an inch diameter of a hole, and he's using that stick. I mean, he's got all night, or she, all day, all night to eat that. And what's amazing is how clean that jar is. So, and they cleaned out the other one that had some remnants left over. So I left it there, and they're still having at it. So Ron says you should use cameras with redundancy so you can catch at least a photo, if not video. We have tried that, Ron. We're thinking of another plan with the camera. And it's amazing. We have the camera right by Farley. We've been seeing this one coyote, always still there. But what's amazing is that now we're finding a single deer roaming around the same exact spot. So we're thinking of grabbing that camera, and where the gifting chair is, I'm going to bring a ladder, and we're going to climb up at least 20 to 25 feet and just try to angle it down. We're just giving it a shot. I'm sure they know it's going to be up there. I don't know, but
Blah, blah, blah.
it's just worth a try. So
whatever, Wojo.
Excuse me, sir. I'm in the middle of a show.
Sorry.
So what's going on there, Rich? He clicked off.
What's happening? So this. So everybody knows this is what I've determined. Again, I'm not. We're not the. We're not the ones that want all this, anything like notoriety, or we don't want to take advantage of anybody in an emotional state when they had a Bigfoot experience. I've been there. Wojo's been there. It takes a while to process. I've given my expert opinion and my researcher's opinion that Graham should wait on anything like this. I think he and I and you tomorrow around noontime should have a team meeting in one of the back studios away from all this. Because what comes with this type of stuff, in case you don't know, could be a whole bunch of bullshit. And people will come to you and harass you, and it can get really, really, really tough. So talking to him, he was really, really raced up, talking fast, really excited. We've been there, Woj. You know that.
Yep.
And I just
to get a process.
I just felt after listening to him and his excitement, that's what I wanted to hear his voice to see where he was at. I don't believe he's in a state where he should come on a live show that's worldwide and talk about something that happened 20 minutes ago. So I don't mean to disappoint my audience, but it's not about that for me. It's not about a click or a view or having exclusivity or the first one breaking news or whatever the case might be. Not on my show. I think it's something that we should talk about and him to process. And it's only fair to him, his family, and the activity he has in his backyard, as well as the activity I've had in my backyard, so I can relate a little more. So I don't mean to disappoint everybody, but I advised him not to come on the show, not to discuss what happened, and definitely not to share a video at this time. So I will talk with him tomorrow in confidence, off the air with him and his wife. I will take a report as I do as a researcher. I will look at the video as I do as a researcher, and I will figure out what's best for Graham, and I will figure out what's best for Bigfoot. So that's where I'm at. So I hope you guys can forgive me for that and understand, but that's the way it's going to go. So, and that's that. So that's where I'm at. Very exciting, very excited, unbelievable and amazing. And I haven't seen the footage, but his backyard sounds a lot like mine. Let's put it that way. So that's the first time I've ever verbally spoken with Graham. He's always been messaging me. He trusts us, and he's in the right place. I got goosebumps when I just said that, because it's special when someone trusts you with such a sacred moment in time.
It's an honor.
It is truly an honor. And and if you lived it, you know it. You know it's such an honor. We just talked about all that ridicule and bullshit. I've advised him where not to go with it. I'll tell you that right fucking now. And I don't care what anybody says. That's a certain 4 letters. Don't ever go there. You call your local researcher and you share it with them.
Right.
So that's where I'm at.
All right. So Rich, back to Whooping with Wojo show. So anyways, we were talking about
I'm sorry. What was that? I missed something. Sorry, I missed something. What was that? What was this? I didn't hear you. Something strange is going on. I'm having technical difficulties. Oh my God. All right. Are you done? Are you done, young lady? All right. So I go off to help a human, and you guys conspire against me to take over my show. This is a coup.
No, I think this is great, Rich, and I'm glad that you spoke to Graham. Right, just smart move. Just get off and just talk to him, and and preserve that story until it's ready. And I think that's admirable that he reached out. Hi, buddy.
You say Wojo? Wojo!
Wojo!
You want to call for Bigfoot for me? No, go hold it up over your mouth. Over your mouth. Yes. You do yes? Thank you. Yeah, I saw his little face is red. Give me a kiss. I got to finish up my show. You come back in a few minutes, okay? Okay. Are you? Look at me. Are you? Let's see Mama.
Love that kid.
Oh, he's amazing. So, hey, yes, it is, and I'm all set with them, Mr. Ohio. Tim, how are you? I don't advise any of that. If you have something going on in your local area, you reach out to your local researchers. You can actually just Google Bigfoot and check out podcasts and watch them a little bit. Yep. And I didn't know this when I first started. And watch them a little bit so you feel comfortable, like Graham did. Graham feels comfortable. He sees that we're real, sees that we're legit, and that we're not. What the hell's going on in my studio? This is not a daycare, ma'am. No, come here. No, you got to get down. I got to do my show.
Oh, happy belated birthday to Tim, by the way.
Happy belated birthday, Tim from Ohio. Bigfoot Reese. I'm sorry. I'm Jessica. Jessica. You brought your effery into my studio. This is what happens when you got a crazy ass family like that.
You got 80 kids.
That is that. I just want to do that in the best interest of Graham, and like I said, the Bigfoot's in the area that he lives in. So that's where I'm at. I will have a meeting with him tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. And Jessica, just get the damn baby. Jessica. 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 Get out of here. So that's where we're at. That's the end of that discussion. Back to what we were talking about. All right. So we talked about the peanut butter jar. We got the trackway side by side. These are the different things you're missing live with the you're missing on the live events, right? Got to check out the live. Get the damn baby. Ron says. Ron don't care. Ron's 73 pizza. You know what I mean? You ain't got no time for babies. So if you're not, double middle finger she gave you, Ronald. I just watched it live. Yep. What?
Gotta have a picture. It didn't happen.
Oh, true. Buddy, you come back in a few minutes, okay? Mwah. Are you? Are you? Are you? Anyways, that's my little dude. That is Joshua Lee. Can you perhaps just tell us what star he lives in? What star Ron lives in? So anyways, moving on. I wasn't needed in the chalk garden, and Bigfoot camps is still chalking. What the fuck's happening here right now?
I don't know. Chalk garden.
What is going on? Can you perhaps tell us what
state?
State he lives in? Yeah, he's in like the Virginia area. Could be west, could be regular. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get Virginia-ish. I'll get in the more details tomorrow with his permissions. Sorry if you disappointed, D. Hoot. I still love you. Good day, man. I just repeated what I heard. All right, so listen. So here's the thing I want to talk about at 7:36, and I really want to get into this one piece because being the guy that screams structures being from Bigfoot from the rooftops and dealing with a lot of criticism, straight fuckery, right? Virginia D. Hoot. It's important to me when I find structures like the one I'm about to show you, and I shared with my crew and people from the live, that it's just so meaningful to me. And I'm just going to click on it and we'll talk about it. So this here is an X. I put it out to a few people that I asked them specifically, what's so special about this X? As you can see, I highlighted the yellow with the yellow circles or splashes or whatever the hell you want to call them. The significance of this X. The significance of this X is as you come down one side, this one goes in front of a tree. The bottom goes behind the tree. Then the bottom left one has a stick in the way, but trust me, it's on the other side of that tree. So the other one, you could clearly see, one is in front of the tree, one goes behind the tree. This X is interlocked. It is completely interlocked. And the best way I could describe it is if when you're moving or packing, you get the cardboard box and you have to fold the 4-flap little corner thing that you got to do to, and then you can pick it up and walk away and the top don't pop open. We've all done that and messed it up and had to do it again. You know what I mean? This X is interlocked. So the percentages of Mother Nature knocking these sticks down and having it land precisely on one side of a tree, being just long enough to reach another tree, and locking on the front side of that tree, and then taking the other two, the other stick. I hear you, puppy. I love you. Sorry, he's yelling daddy at the top of the stairs and banging on the door. But anyways, it's in the front of the tree on the other one and behind the tree the other way. So you tell me now, once does that tree, can it interlock with one? Can it interlock with one? That's almost highly impossible. Even just one stick doing that and coming down and landing front and back of a tree and locking itself in. The percentages of that happening is very, very, very minimal. The percentages of the magic whirly wind doing that is nearly impossible. Now give me number two that happens to hit number one and make the almighty X that we all talk about. Completely interlocked. And if you were on my live event the other day, our live event the other day, you could go over to this and try to move it. It does not move. This is the second one I found in a decade. I've never found abundance of these, as you just heard. Second, so you tell me, weathermen out there, people that have basically crapped on me for believing this, how that happens, and what you can honestly tell me the percentages in a researcher's manner. Don't just come on here and say,
oh, the wind did it. Oh, that's snow and ice freezing and then pushing it around the forest like it's got legs.
don't want to hear that, man. You better fix yourself.
And if you're going to say that, give us more give us more content
No,
of how.
Don't say that.
I know, but I'm just saying they have nothing. You know,
Come in a researcher's manner, like I come to you with. Apples for apples. You come to me, and in a researcher's manner, you tell me how that X is made. You're going to tell me human activity. And, of course, you have no idea where it is or the context or the area around it. But you're going to tell me that a human did it, and you have no effing clue where the hell this thing is. Because that's what you all do all the time. Oh, a human did that. The dream catcher, right? Oh, a human did that. Oh, probably
Right.
kids. One guy says to me on YouTube years ago, oh, it's just kids messing with you. I said, with a 40-foot elm, about 9-10 inches around, bent to the ground, held down, and all these other sticks put in there like a fucking wagon wheel, bro. Really? I said, most engineers couldn't make that with machinery, come along, whatever else you might have. All right? It ain't happening. Blueprints. Yeah, you can build it, but I don't see no tire marks, stupid. And you don't even know where it is. There's a thought.
and it's in the middle of the woods. Like, who's going to walk by and see what you just did? Doesn't make sense.
Dude,
I'm agreeing with you, Rich. It's
I'm just saying, nobody's doing this.
exactly.
You tell me, and you know, I was talking to the great Ernie Davio. I love that dude, and I know he'd be humbled if I called him that. But every time I talk to him, I feel honored to have a conversation with this man. He's so passionate. His story's so amazing. It's world renowned story. And he calls me randomly on his breaks, like Wojo, or on his way to work, to have conversations about Bigfoot. And I'm honored. And he said to me, when people don't believe you about these structures, tell them this. Here's an experiment I want you all to try via Ernie Davio. Hang on, I got to get my little water bottle and take a sip. Good douche. Excuse me. Obviously coming down with something. I want you to play the game. Do you remember the game Pickup Sticks?
Yep.
Or if you don't have the Pickup Sticks game, go get a bunch of lollipops at the free, popsicle sticks at the craft store. And you could make up any scenario you want and how you want to drop them. You can drop them from 10 feet, 5 feet. You can throw them. You can do whatever you want. But I want you to do it 10 times, and I want you to record how those sticks land. You can do it in front of a fan. Do it in front of a fan. Right? As Chet just walks in, a guy who likes to do research in a technical manner.
Hey,
Chet, my brother, I hope your health is coming around. I hope you're doing well. I know you got sick. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate. I am in the middle of having a conversation about this X that you see up on my screen that is interlocked in front and behind of a tree, not once but twice, to form an X. Interlocked. Front of a tree, back of a tree. Front of a tree, back of a tree. To lock in and form an X. So we're discussing this. So we have a plan. You're a guy who likes experiments. I would like you to, if you want to know, go get yourself some popsicles, right? Popsicle sticks. And I want you to throw them up any way you want. Any way you feel that it's going to help you get to the answer, right? Any way at all. Popsicle sticks, pickup sticks, whatever it might be. And I want you to tell me if any of them landed in X formation, how many of them out of 10 times landed in X formation. I also want you to try to get them to interlock into something. I would like that. I want you to throw it somewhere and see if you can get popsicle sticks to interlock. He just fell. Jess? Sorry. I just heard a thump above me. That's my boy. My little guy's crazy, by the way. He's Tarzan. He's nuts. So I would like you to try that. I thought that was a great suggestion by Ernie Davio to throw them up popsicle sticks, pickup sticks, whatever it might be. Set up. You can even set up like a messy area of like other things that stand straight up, right? Maybe a broom or a push broom of some sort. If you throw it and see how they stick in it to simulate Mother Nature. If you really want to do an experiment rather than just talking shit and shitting on people that are out there doing hard work and putting their boots on and getting outside and trying to discover these things and share them with you and discuss them with you respectfully, I want you to do that. That's what I want you to do. Then come back to me and tell me how many times that happened. How many times it got lodged in between trees, front and back, to form an X. It has to form an X. I don't want to hear it. It has to do all the scenarios that you see right here. And don't come at me and tell me how a human did it if you don't have any effing clue where these trees and this X is.
Yep.
Don't even bother. And then don't bother. Here's one. This is where I get to pat myself on the back for my creation. I do live events on YouTube. So you tell me how I did it too while you're at it. Tell me how I did it. Because you can't. Because I just walked around the whole place, 2 miles? With how many people? I don't know, 700 views on that day. 2.3 thousand on another day. 4.1 thousand on another day. 4.9 thousand on another day. People all over the world that watch me walk around. That watch me basically get out and walk in to the place. So you tell me how I did it as well. Because that's another laugher. So our research trumps yours because you just don't have those elements to share with people. Right, Wojo?
I totally agree, Rich. I mean, especially the diameters of these structures that we see. I mean, it could be 1 inch diameter up to like 20 inches in diameter. I mean, that's huge. And the weight and everything. I mean, I'm sorry. You need an army of people to carry it, first of all. And I'm a strong dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, but you just can't physically do that. I'm sorry. And I totally agree. That's a great assessment, Rich. I mean, it just doesn't, just doesn't happen. We can't, I'm sorry. We can't do it.
And I've had some pretty phenomenal X's, and Wojo himself, not even just counting how much more time I have in it than you've seen a ton of them. You've seen enough of them to have more knowledge about them too than most people with big mouths, right? So you can tell they're not natural. You've been out hunting. I can walk around natural woods, folks. I can bring you to the natural woods, and we can walk around and have a nice nature walk together, and I'll show you all the beautiful trees that stand straight up. No problem at all whatsoever. No issues.
Yeah.
And on top of this, you got to consider another thing that is in our favor. We have researched this area aggressively. For coming up in the spring will be 1 year straight that we've been in this particular spot, walking it constantly. 48 hours after leaving and coming back, it looks different, and there hasn't been one damn storm, but you want to tell me about the magic whirlywinds or how I have superpowers and can create it. Mm-hmm. Full of shit. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, for me, for these structures, these X's, the two ones that stand out the most for me is the one behind your house, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that those trees are thick. But the most impressive one is in the Freetown Forest, where it was about approximately like close to 40 feet. The height was just insane. And in the picture that me and you held the bat up, I mean, you're talking almost, nearly 20 feet. Mm. We had our sticks up. We weren't even close.
Yeah.
And, I'm 5'9", and I was just like, I remember we were out there and just like, and then I just happened to like look up. I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
So, I mean,
my thing is this is why it's so significant though. Once again, it's the lock-in.
It's
the front and back of the tree to lock it in. Like I use the example of the cardboard box when you're moving.
Yeah.
You fold the top flaps over and the door to make sure they lock. And that's what I'm talking about. This to me is a sign of thumbs. That's me. And this is the second one I have found like this in almost 10 years of research. Think about it, right? And I've been how many miles? I could probably go through my phone and go through each day and show you all the steps I've taken for a long time, and you'll get the idea. Trust me. But a good point, Henry says, I got stuck in my driveway. I put a strap on a 2 to 4 inch yellow birch, and I put come along on that and got busy. I could not bend that tree, strap up 6 feet high on the tree.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard to do. And as many hunters as I hear, oh, I've been hunting 30 years and I blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, then open your eyes, bro. Because you're looking for deer. You're looking for deer's habits. And unfortunately, they're closing their mind to it because I truly believe a lot of the structures on the ground, like we've talked about many times, that make a mess for the game in order for them to stumble or stop and think and get killed. That's all.
Yeah.
D-Hoot says I'm preaching to the choir. D-Hoot, I'd like to remind you that I am worldwide. Thank you.
Actually, you all are worldwide.
Yeah, you're all worldwide.
You're all worldwide.
Especially on those live events when people coming from India, France. I think we had, what did we have one time? Venezuela, Brazil, Germany. We had that guy from Norway that time.
Was it Morocco?
Morocco was a new one. Yeah, that was different. Yep. Yep. And another strange part of the world, California. That's like a different planet. I'm going to walk you into mine. I'd love you to take us all out there. We can do a show. We'll have a talk tomorrow, Graham. You can do a show if you want. And like I've talked to you about this. The way to do it is to get in, then click the cameras. Don't click the cam. And the other thing too, Graham, is do those panoramic pictures of everything real slow and click it, and then just take 3 or 4 consecutive pictures of the area. And then when you go back out there and you see something different, you pull up your camera and look. Finland, thank you, Heidi. That was another one.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I was trying to figure out, was it Sweden?
Chet says some are natural, but some of them could be human. But then there are a few that are only the hairy rock people do. You know, and I just think something like this to me, Chet, you as a researcher, myself as a researcher, I mean, I'll admit you're clearly more technical than I. But to have it locked in, if you could see the picture, I don't know if you can make out the picture, Chet. It goes in front of one tree, behind another. Same with the other one. So it's intellect and its physical capabilities that we might be, could be wrong about all these years, right? Oh, I got the wheel. We're going to do the wheel. I got to do the wheel. That's right. Let's see. So anyways, unbelievable. A lot of good facts about the Bridgewater Triangle. I'm very proud of you guys. That was very active. I had to kick you in your ass a little bit to get you going, but you got going. I can't help wondering why that spot. Why are they placed where they're placed? What do they mean? Well, a lot of them are grouped up together. And I think a lot of the ground coverage with these trees on the ground have a lot to do with what formation you see in the pathway. I think that, if you look beyond these trees are all down and there's a passageway for the deer to get stuck and all that. I think some of these X's, big ones, mean different sizes, could mean different things. Arches mean different things. And you have to go with, very rarely do you find just one thing alone by itself. There's always more to go with it. So those arches could mean something about the style of the nest or the trap. It could mean about the location of the trap. Could mean what type of food it plans on trapping. Could mean all those things. And I'm sure it does,
But you know what, Rich? I just thought of it. Like on our phones, that whenever you take a picture is pretty much a pinpoint.
Yep.
Whenever we take a picture of the X,
yep.
I think I'm going to go through my phone.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to draw a map of our area in the number of X's and just see if there's any connection.
Yeah, if you could pin them and see if it actually builds.
Well, they're already pinned. Yeah. But
right.
Yeah, I'll just start drawing it out by hand and just So
we need that paper map on the cork board with the different color pins.
Yeah.
A blue pin means X's, a yellow pin means notches, and then we can start to draw a pattern in that way.
A geographical map,
Well, that's right, Jim. He said a big word. Back to you, Bob. So Chet says that he has found them and that these are definitely a wonder for sure. How many have you found, Chet? I've only found 2 in a decade, bro. Let's see. Older ones go away. I think less significant ones go away. I think the ones that they build, they mean something. If they want to, I know they take them down. I got picture proof that they do.
Well, there's a picture of you and Maddox on the on the other side where the huts are on the path on the other side.
Mhm.
And we took a picture. I remember we went back there a few weeks later after the incident that we had. And I remember I'm like, where is that X? Remember I showed you, I go, this is got to be the X right here. It's like torn down.
Right. Yeah.
And I think because we were maybe nearby, we don't know. But
yeah, we don't know. And
we don't know.
I actually read that, Chad. I read that whole article about how the school that does it, the high school or whatever it was that does this observation, so to speak. GPS helps with mapping. Thank you, Henry, as well. But yeah, check it out on oh God, help me, Chad. Virginia Bigfoot Research Society, I think. Go over to Chet's page, anyways, and he has a lot of good experiments that he does. Very, very much full of knowledge. So
type that up, Chet, if you can.
Yeah, make sure you follow it. But this experiment that he's talking about with the hinged trees, Wojo, will blow your mind.
Really?
It's what we discussed about Central Mass.
Yeah.
We already discussed this.
Yep.
Building a barrier, a wall to slow down the game. We've had this conversation for a long time on our live events. And I've done it even before you even came on board with like other researchers trying to throw that out there to them and say, hey, is this a possibility? But some of the researchers like, yeah, okay, guy. You know what I mean? I finally got people that'll listen. I don't need you to agree with me. I just need you to listen and have a conversation. You know, if we don't have a scientific, area of study, the least you could do is have a conversation with me in order to get what we can get between two people that are out there doing the work.
But we have done that in our lives, though, Rich. Remember, we saw certain trees down, but we found deer tracks because you can see like the poop scatter everywhere. But we're just looking where it's slow, like where the deer, they're just walking right through it.
Yep. And the ones that are shaped like the arrows really seem to be the ones that are really. So you got to check out that thing on his page, on his group page, the tree bands and stuff. He says, and some of these arched ones seem to be ways that they funnel the game down a certain path that they, So, but that could be the marking, so you can see that arch from a long ways away. And some of the sudden changes to some of these things can be, hey, it's active now because I did this to this arch, or hey, I put up this X because now they're walking through here, you know what I mean? Because they stop and change courses sometimes. So it could be many of those things, speculation, I guess. I don't know, hypotheses, educated guesses. They changed the borders twice since yesterday morning. They did a shitload, but you got to have it on camera, bro. You got to take those pictures and timestamp them. And that way you can always cover your ass. Yep. And not only that, it's great knowledge and research for yourself, because now you got to start creating a database. You got to start taking notes. You got to start documenting this stuff. So they have been around for eons. Yep. And phenomenal at hiding. So, all right. Let's see here.
Shalaba Baba Dig Dog, we're about to get down to crazy with the wheel of weird.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
You know what time it is.
The wheel.
Well, we are about to do the wheel, and if you would like to get a topic put on the wheel of weird, you sure can. I have to make sure. Let's see what we got here. Wheel of names. Where's my wheel of names? What did we? All right. So did we ever take Bridgewater off? We did not. So let's take the Bridgewater Triangle history off. All right. I'm going to list what we have up here first before everybody, because we got a lot up here. So let's take Bigfoot off as well, because we just did that. All right. All right. So right now up there we have ghosts, haunted items, Mothman, Scorpion King, Lizard Man, Lost Colony of Roanoke, E.T., that thing that Ron said about a temple, Lovelock Cave and the Giants, horror, Jelly Porter. We could take that off. I don't remember.
Jelly Porter.
Did I left that on there? Holy shit.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Jelly Porter and the Hizzy. So So yeah, absolutely, Graham. Get yourself a little diary and start writing dates and times and taking pictures and coordinate yourself. You'll probably be a lot more coordinated than myself. What
The hell is that? I know what she's doing.
Oh. All right, so let me do. I do not know what she's doing, but thanks.
I know what she's doing. The wheel of weird. Figure red number 1. Face blue.
All right, so cool. So we got the wheel of weird. Everybody can see it. If you horror, horror. You Mothman off. You don't want to do Mothman. What does that mean?
We already done that.
We did Mothman.
Yeah.
When?
A few weeks ago.
That wasn't the topic of Mothman.
Yeah.
I'll go right through it. Mothman wasn't on topic. We can just look at the thumbnails and tell Mothman wasn't a topic. We might have got off topic and talked about I mean, Heidi's adamant about F Mothman. I don't know what the problem is with Mothman. And did you guys date at one time or something? I mean, you are coming in hot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we've all dated Mothman once in our life. Sam says, yup. Did you make a thumbnail about Mothman, Sam? I don't know. I got 83 kids. I don't remember shit. Oh, Wojo dated Mothman or Wojo? Richie D steps in. Yeah, well, you brought it up and discussed it. I don't think it was a topic. Whatever. I don't like Mothman anyways. It's weird. Even for me. And I'm weird. All right. So is everybody in favor of every few weeks maybe just leaving the wheel alone? And no, I won with she's giving you a hint about her shirt. Should I tell her about her shirt? We'll tell her that in private. Your shirt. Yeah, it was an off-topic conversation. Yeah, it was an off-topic. It's all right. Mothman. Listen, Mothman's fine. He's gone. Heidi's mad. She don't like Mothman.
I think it's because
they had a falling out. Her and Mothman had a falling out, and she went and talked to Richie D Step about the falling out with Mothman and came back to the show and had the discussion. Okay.
I think Kelly Porter was off. He was sick that day. I think that's one.
No. You're incorrect again. No.
And
no.
I can't remember now.
We have not had a show about fucking Mothman. That's it. End of discussion. Mothman's off the fucking wheel. Does anybody else want to put something on this fucking wheel before I smash my computer?
Yeah, Mothman.
And
put Mothman on, Rich. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. What, you're leaving? Yes, I'm good with leaving the wheel as is. Everybody good? All right, we'll leave the wheel as is tonight. We'll come back with a topic next week just to clear something up here and there. You know what I mean? All right, you ready, guys? The Wheel of Weird.
Dude, are you trying to get me in trouble?
Yeah, you know she is, bro.
Yeah.
Is it Ghost, really?
Ghost.
I don't even know. I almost took Ghost off because I don't know how to have a topic of Ghost. Don't see it. Did anyone suggest Mothman? You guys are a bunch of jerks. All right.
Ghosts.
Well, I guess we're going to talk about Ghosts next week. Doesn't mean I'm going to have. It would be interesting if we did get Jelly Porter back and had a show about Bigfoot, but talked about ghosts, right? We did on Whooping with Wojo.
Oh, no. You're going to get me in trouble. I didn't do that thing.
All right. Listen, we can have another show called Whooping with Wojo if you guys all want to be alone. That's fine with me. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
I got my own audience. I don't need you guys. Fine.
Wow. Where did he go? Can you guys hear that? That's the wind.
Shut up. Who cares? We got to go. It's 8:03.
Right.
You know, D who likes to be precise about everything. Ghosts in the woods. Listen, well, bring something to me about ghosts. You want a specific ghost for next week? A ghost of this castle, a ghost years past, a ghost right now, a ghost in your house, a family member that's a ghost. You can tell me any ghost story, anything at all that you've experienced come next week. That is the topic. All right? Is ghosts. D-Hoop? That's enough out of you. All right. Let's see. Sam says we talk about ghosts, maybe even the Patrick Swayze.
Oh boy.
Uh,
I want Richie on the other side of my door, like lifting up the penny.
okay. I'm going to do us all a favor right now because it's been a good show. Hasn't been a spectacular one, but it's been a good show. I want to thank everybody for showing up here tonight. Thank you so much. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. All Banter with Richie B, not Whooping with Wojo, okay? Because I highly doubt he's going to get that shit done on his stupid Android phone. So good luck with that, people. All right? So anyways, I want to bring that up. Clearly, I think I'm coming down with a cold. So you might be Whooping with Wojo next week. So
Oh, Jesus, don't say
I'll let
that.
him borrow my computer at his house.
Oh, yeah, I'll have the 83 kid.
We will meet with Graham tomorrow. We'll have this discussion. A lot of great things happen. And please consider the structures. Please, if you're going to do your research, converse with other researchers with respect. And, reach out to people and have that conversation, and have a good, respectful conversation about this subject. It's only fair. We're not going to get anywhere shitting on each other and hating on each other. It's just not right. If you do have a Bigfoot encounter, go to your local Bigfoot researcher, look them up, find somebody. They're out there. Trust me. If you're in an area, I can look them up for you. Get a hold of me. Stay away from that 4-letter weirdness. And let me know what's going on. I'll help you out. Okay. I just think we get more done if we're working with somebody right from the spot, who knows the spot, who agree and loves the spot, and will treat it with kindness and respect. Okay. Because to hand it off to someone else that just might not do that doesn't do this creature any good. So please, I love you, baby Jack. I love you, mama. Please go over to Dark Realm TV and check us out on Dark Realm TV. Please go over to the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival page and make sure you hit that follow button. And next week, we'll see if we can get the Vogels on here for a little bit and have them update us on what's been going on. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all you guys. Wojo, why don't you whoop us on out of here?
Yeah. All right. Hey, guys, love yous. Thank you for joining us. Keep climbing. And boom! Buy the merch. We are home of the boom. Yeah.
He's right. Keep climbing. He's right. We are home of the boom. Those other people might not like it, but we don't really give a shit.